What's going on, guys? Just put the camera somewhere. Just making myself some cream of rice, my final meal for the day, and some blueberries. Probably just have a handful of blueberries. I've just been last night and tonight watching the Charlie Sheen documentary. I'm not sure if it's new or not, but I don't know, man. Watching it, certain parts is like, this may sound weird, but it's kind of like emotional for me, thinking back to when I was drinking and using drugs, and just the kind of madness, the mads. Dropped a blueberry on the floor. Yeah, it just reminds me of the mad cycle of addiction that I got myself into. It makes me kind of emotional. Very thankful for where I am right now. Over a year sober. You know, I spent like 7, really altogether with just alcohol as well, probably 10 years in addiction. And I feel like the longer you get sober for, the more you take it for granted. I'm just going to try to fit these blueberries in. I'm not sure how much luck we're going to have, but you know, just squeeze them in. That's good. Got them in. It makes you, the longer you get sober for, the more you take it for granted. The more you forget about the dark times, the negative times. And I think that's why AA can be so powerful, because when you go to an AA meeting, a lot of them are set up different, but most of the ones that I've been to, you kind of, someone will tell their story at the front, and my door's open still. Yeah, someone will tell their story at the front, maybe for 10, 15 minutes, and then you go around speaking about how maybe you relate to that story, or just thanking them for sharing their experience. And I think that's why AA can be so powerful, because it's just like, you get a connection with someone, you understand that you're not the only person who's been through this. The majority of stories I've heard in AA were, 5 times worse than mine. But yeah, watching that documentary, I'm still finishing it off. There's like 9 minutes left. It kind of made me a little bit emotional, but it made me grateful for the sobriety that I have, because there is days where I think it would be so much easier to just have a drink. Even just one joint, it can't be that harmful, right? But then things like this remind you of, you couldn't have one drink before, that's why you don't drink. You couldn't have one joint because you'd smoke weed all day, every day, and just be a complete moron. But just a little message of hope before I finish this video. If you don't already know, I'm on a challenge of making 365 videos in 365 days. We're probably 15 days away from finishing that challenge, which sounds crazy. This year's flown by, but if you're going through addiction right now, it can end. You can try and get sober and fail. It's not a failure. You can probably take a lesson from why you relapsed, why you used again. And you have to take it really seriously. I'm not going to sit here and say I've been to AA every week since I got sober. But the first 3 to 6 months, 3 months mainly, the first 3 months I was there every week, if not 2-3 times a week, because I needed that at the time. And I find that with addictions, that the more you get clear of them addictions, the easier it is to withhold, to stay away from them addictions. The less time that you spend away from them, the more inclined you are to use again, because it's not been that long. But there's no reason at this point in my life why I could ever think of any genuine reason to go and drink again or go and use drugs, but it's important to stay active in recovery. And I haven't been to AA in probably 6 months, and I feel like going back, even if it's just once every week, once every 2 weeks, just to make sure I'm keeping on top of things. But yeah, just don't give up. Like I said, every relapse isn't a failure. You can take a lesson from it. It's a mistake, but take it seriously. For me to get sober, I went to AA every week, if not 3 times a week. I cut off all the friends that use drugs and alcohol, and I sacrificed everything for it, and I wouldn't change anything. It takes cutting off certain people to change your life, and if you're genuinely serious, you will do it. And do it for forever. It's not I've got no friends, I'm lonely, let me just go back to the old ones who use drugs, because you're bound to use again. But yeah, I hope that helps you guys, for anyone who's struggling. And yeah, I'll see you in tomorrow's video. I don't want it to be a down video. It's almost Christmas. I'm going to finish this cream of rice. I'm going to finish this documentary, maybe watch one more episode of something, and then I'm going to go to sleep. Life may be pretty simple nowadays, but this is what I prayed for. So, guys, see you in tomorrow's video.